Jude was only 6 years old when he lost his mother in a very fatal accident. Fortunately for him, he was able to survive it. Jude was raised by a single mother and grew up without knowing his father. He was homeless until he met a good Samaritan who took him to an orphanage home. Jude found happiness in the orphanage home, where he easily bonded with the other children and he enjoyed playing with them. Here is Mr. and Mrs. Ude, a very wealthy couple who lacks nothing except for being childless. The wife told the husband, "My love, I think it's high time for us to adopt a child." The husband answered, "Do you really want this?" The wife replied, "Yes, it's high time for us to adopt a child. I'm getting so lonely. Who knows? God might answer our prayer through that." The next day, they went to an orphanage home in order to adopt a son. As soon as the husband laid eyes on Jude, he felt an instant connection and knew he wanted to be the boy's father. Together, the couple decided to adopt Jude and give him a forever home. Jude finally found a place called home. He was showered with so much love, care, and affection. The couples were so obsessed with him. They adored him so much. They provided everything he needed and they ensured that he lacked nothing. Jude's arrival brought a sense of fulfillment to the Udes, and they knew their family was now complete. Life was so blissful for Jude in his new home until one day, Mrs. Ude began to feel unwell, which prompted a visit to the hospital. The diagnosis revealed a life-changing surprise. She was expecting a baby. The news filled the air with jubilation and excitement, marking the beginning of a new chapter for the little family. The birth of their biological daughter, Mabel, marked the beginning of Jude's suffering. Jude's life took a drastic and heartbreaking turn. The love, care, and affection he once received from his adoptive parents were suddenly replaced with hatred, neglect, and mistreatment. He felt like an outcast, a stranger in his own home. He became so lonely and isolated. He was forced to do all the house chores. He does the cooking, the cleaning, the sweeping. He washes the car. He goes to the market for grocery shopping. He literally turned to their houseboy. But the worst part was yet to come. His parents stopped paying his school fees, and Jude was forced to drop out of school. His dreams of an education, a better life, and a brighter future were shattered. To make matters worse, Jude's parents would often take their biological daughter on fun outings like trips to the park. They showed her so much love and attention, whereas they neglected Jude. It got to an extent that they told him he was no longer allowed to eat with his parents at the dining table. He had to eat alone, like a servant, while they enjoyed their meals together. The rejection and humiliation were so overwhelming. Jude felt like he was living in a nightmare, trapped in a home where he was no longer loved or wanted. He was treated like a houseboy, a servant, not a son. One day, as a teenager, Jude thought to himself, "It is enough. I need to move on with my life." He couldn't take the pain, the rejection, and the mistreatment anymore. So he made the difficult decision to run away from home, to leave behind the only life he had known. With a heavy heart and a sense of determination, Jude set out to make a new life for himself. He was ready to face the challenges of the world, to fight for his survival, and to create a brighter future, no matter what it looked. Jude wandered the streets, struggling to survive. He did odd jobs. He slept on the streets, and sometimes days without food, yet he refused to give up. One day, Jude walked into a large fabric shop and approached the owner, expressing his desire to learn the art of selling fabrics. The owner was impressed by Jude's passion, and he took him under his wing. Jude proved to be a diligent and faithful apprentice. He treated the job as if it was his own. He worked tirelessly, learning every aspect of the business, from selecting fabrics to serving customers. His boss, noticing Jude's hard work and dedication, kept a close eye on him. He was pleased to see Jude's progress and commitments. He decided to place Jude on a salary, and Jude made sure that he saved every penny of his salary. As Jude's apprenticeship came to an end, his boss surprised him with a remarkable gift: the keys to a new, fully stocked shop and a house. Jude was so full of joy. He started his new business, and he threw himself into this business. He treated customers with so much kindness and respect. He spent long hours ensuring that every customer left the shop satisfied, and his efforts paid off. His shop flourished, and he started exporting fabrics out of the country. People came from all over to buy fabric from Jude's store, drawn by his warm smile and exceptional customer service. Despite his success, Jude never forgot his humble beginnings. He regularly visited the orphanage where he grew up, bringing gifts and spending time with the children. He listened to their stories, offered words of encouragement, and shared his own experiences, inspiring them to work hard and pursue their dreams. One day, a woman named Ngozi arrived at the orphanage searching for her son. She had been told that her son survived the fatal accident they were involved in years ago. As she spoke with the staff, Jude walked in, and Mrs. Ngozi's eyes widened in recognition. She revealed to Jude that she was his mother. She explained that she had been in a coma for 3 months after the accident and had been searching for him ever since. That was not all. She had a shocking secret to share. Jude's father was alive. She told Jude that his father had denied paternity when they were young lovers, leaving her to raise their child alone. Mrs. Ngozi had been heartbroken, but she had never given up, hoping to find her son and reuniting with him. Jude was overwhelmed to be reunited with his mother. He took her home, and together they began a new chapter in their lives, filled with love, joy, and a deep sense of connection. They spent hours talking, laughing, and catching up on lost time. Jude's mother told him, "It is high time we reach out to your father." Jude was excited about this, and at the same time nervous, knowing that this was an opportunity to heal old wounds and build a brighter future. Jude and his mom went to visit his dad. When they got there, Jude was so shocked. His dad was Mr. Ude, the man who had adopted him years ago. Jude felt angry and hurt. He couldn't believe that the man rejected him twice. First as a father, and then as an adoptive parent. Mr. Ude broke down. "Jude, I failed you twice. First as your father, then as your adoptive father. I have no excuse. Please have mercy and forgive me." Jude's mom saw how sad and hurt everyone was, so she tried to help. She told Jude to forgive his dad, to let go of the anger and hurt. She told Jude, "Your father hurt us so badly, but when I woke up from coma, I decided to forgive him because life is really short to hold grudges." Jude thought about it and decided to forgive his dad. He went back to the house and told Mr. Ude that he forgave him. The three of them spent the day together. They talked, laughed, and ate together. Jude finally felt like he had found the love and acceptance he had been searching for. We've come to the end of the story. We hope you were able to learn one or two lessons from this story. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to this channel for amazing story. Alright, see you next time.